Hello and welcome to Quick Looks with the Casual Hour. My name is Bobby. Joining me today, the gamer on the go, Chase Kinnicky, and I am so excited, Chase. I have been wanting to show you Symphony of War, the Nephilim Saga, for some time now because I am obsessed with this game.
Yeah, let's make some beautiful music together.
Ooh, I love making music. What do you, outside of like just me celebrating this game, what do you know about this game?
So when you brought it up to me, I took a look at it. It is developed by Dancing Dragon Games. It came out June 10th of 2022. This is a turn-based strategy game in the mold of like a Fire Emblem, some might say.
Yeah. You're
this,
on
Dancing Dragon Studio. They seem to have a few games here on Steam. Game called Skyborn that is I'm trying to look at what that is exactly. I think that's more of just like a RPG. Yeah, it looks more like regular RPG. There's another game called Echoes of Etheria.
Okay.
And then they've got Deadly Sin and Deadly Sin 2.
Ooh,
So
deadly.
they've got a few things, but a lot of those look. I mean, I don't want to be crass here, but those previous games look a little RPG Maker to me.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think that's fair.
Like this I think has a bit more handcrafted style to it, I might say.
For sure. So I'm gonna come out the gate right now and say that I've got probably like 22 hours into this game. We're around chapter 21.
Significant amount of time. So what you're going to see there's some things in the game that you will probably want to experience from a story perspective on your own. So I don't know how to do this without like starting that over. So I do apologize for some of that. I'll try my best not to like meander too much around some of that stuff, but just more show you mechanics of the game. Okay.
And what we're at right now, so in between your missions, you have this setup here. So you've got a lot of things that are probably asking for your attention, and it can seem, I think at first glance, like where do I even begin? And the good news is they've got a pretty damn good just tutorial if you want to look at like a reference guide, if you want to understand like how the classes work. So if I wanted to know a little bit more about, hey, you start with a fighter, what can it do? Well, everything has a currency that you will need to upgrade it. And these are all the options and like the tiers of like what your class is and where it goes to. And you can see that for every single class in the game. There's like 40 some of those classes. What I will say is, if you come over here to your organizing your army, it helps you see things a little bit differently. And this is going to probably be one of the standout things that's like, wait, hang on a second. This is not Fire Emblem. This looks a little bit more like Advanced Wars because I'm working with squads versus just an individual. Mm-hmm. If I come in here, you can see that I have very limited options right now because I'm not within that. So if I go to squad operations, and let's just go into so this is me. I'm in the center. There's like the main character of that squad. But I have
Bobby P is always the center of attention.
Has to be. But if I move that around, so you have this 9x9, or I'm sorry, 3x3 grid that allows you to place different units in there. Some units can take up 2 slots versus 1, depending on how you're doing it. And there's a few things that you're going to notice right away when you're looking at a unit layout. Their threat, what equipped artifacts you have, the morale of that team, what kind of move type they have, so that's how far they can go based off of like the weight, the heaviness, swiftness, etc. And then what our capacity is. And the capacity is, I don't have anybody on standby, so let me see if I can just buy somebody really quick to show you what I'm talking about. This marketplace allows you to recruit, and you can see that there are a few people that are more of a like common and then an uncommon based off of some of their traits and maybe the level that they would be coming in at. I had purchased 2 other people and already placed them, but just for the sake of having like not a lot of money out of the bank, well, I don't have enough money to buy anybody actually. I've spent everything, so I can't do that. But
so,
you can.
Yeah, go back to the army. Is there any
So I see like the way you have some of these set up. I imagine like if you went back to Bobby Squad, you've got those 3 people. You got like a big shield guy there in the front middle, and I imagine those guys take damage before anybody in the middle or back rows take damage. Yes?
Yes. Yeah, so depending on what class you have, this guy on mine, if I go to unit status, let me get him pulled up really quick. So him, he is going to be able to attack the back row.
Okay.
Because of his, so like he could go past that front row and go like right into me, but for the most part, I don't go up against a lot of these guys where every single mission that you go on to, if your character dies, that's an immediate failure of that mission. So I have him, I don't get too aggressive with this unit, but I also have him behind a sentinel, which is arguably like the tankiest guy I have in the game.
Sure.
Now,
So
I have him right here.
Like again, the arrangement here is that is that more for aesthetics of, oh look, I've got people in the corners and then somebody in the middle, or are they actually going to attack specific rows or columns by being situated like that?
Yeah, so I think that like it is going to have a difference on how things get played out. Like they're going to be attacking in a certain order, and they're going to be attacked in a certain order as well. And for that, I wanted to have this character here. And like I got to be honest with you, like I don't have 100% knowledge yet on like some of the layout. Yeah. Like I've just been like going through like watching like how things happen, and I was just trying to see if there was something on the absolute truth of that. So like squads, let's see if there's anything here. Unit composition determines squad type, which affects movement and combat. Use the organized command home base deployment to create, disband, edit your squads. You're also able to change class. So like not anything there with like layout.
Like the reason I bring this up, and this is going to be, hey, Chase talks about another obscure video game. But there were a pair of RPGs. And there were actually 3 if you lived in Japan, but only 2 showed up here. They were these Naruto RPGs, and I know how much you love anime, Bobby.
Yes.
We learn how much you love anime every Monday night on Casual Mondays.
Yes.
But those games had a 3-person squad that you made, and it had the same 9 square 3x3 way that you could arrange them. And when you arrange them in different configurations, so if you had them all in like a vertical line, it gave you a bonus to defense. And if you had them all aligned in a horizontal line, it gave them a bonus to speed. And then there was, hey, if you have a person in the back row, they do less damage, or if they have a melee attack, they don't attack at all if they're in the back row. So there was a lot of stuff you did to arrange your units in a way to make them efficient in both attacking, but also give you bonuses based on how you arrange them. So I was wondering, seeing the different arrangements and seeing that you don't just have, you didn't just stick 9 guys to completely fill all of these squads. I wondered if there were any reasons why you would have that.
I put the like heavy defensive stats up front.
Sure.
And like on this class here, like this is arguably like one of my more intense classes, and I have
like, I mean there's a big lady here and an even bigger dragon.
yeah
This seems like a unit that fucks people up.
Yeah, you do not want to fuck with Diana's squad, I'll say that much right now. One thing I do want to call out, you see how I have the gold arrows? If you look at the upper right hand corner underneath Diana's squad, you can see that 3 people have gold arrows. That means that they're essentially, like, for a lack of a better term, they're ready to be prestige. So if I go to this use item, and I'm gonna go ahead and do it on this one because like I've gotten them to the level that I want them to be at. So I've got these 2 paladins, and honestly, Diana's a paladin herself. She's like the queen paladin. There's this item called a proof of merit. I have 7 of those. You can buy these. You also can find them in treasure chests on the maps. I'm gonna go ahead and use one of those on this paladin, and you're gonna see that I'm going to increase everything on that character. And when I go to use it, saying like, hey, golden classes can't change. So I could change this class. I could downgrade and go up a different path if I wanted to, but I don't want to do that. So I'm gonna now have a gilded golden.
So
paladin.
you are locked into paladin now, but you are a better paladin because you're locked in.
Yep. And I'm going to do the same thing right here. And so now I've got 3 golden characters within here. And the thing that I've doubled down on, because I'm just already putting out so much damage, I've got 2 healers hanging out with me. And I honestly like the paladin's heal as well. So I've got 4 people, because I use Diana as a big ass tank.
Sure.
And so like I have her just like healing. And the other thing too is that like we're just gonna get out here and show you, so because more questions will come up when we're playing here.
Yeah, I'm sure. And I want people to see what this game looks like in play too. Now, so you got your very attractive Bobby there,
Yes.
and then I assume people like Diana, being that they're named characters, might also show up in the story. But this is not the same as a Fire Emblem where everybody has a face and a voice and a story behind them, right? Like all those units in like Diana's unit, was Diana the only named actual story character, and then other people were just like recruited people?
Yep, for sure.
Okay.
So whenever you start a match, it's gonna let you know what your deploy limit is at the top, and then sometimes on a map you're gonna have like, I could put some people over in this corner, and I can put some people down here and do all that shit.
Yeah.
But here we're just basically getting into, let's start putting people out when it comes to this whole situation. So Stefan, Diana, Abigail, I don't think. Raskuja is a named character. Beatrix, Lysander. There's a few people that here.
Do you have a unit that doesn't have any named characters in it? Can you make a unit like that?
Yeah, Erica, Nadar. I mean, there's names. Everybody has a name in the game, but like these aren't main characters. So,
okay, I see.
Like, and they said that like in a future update you're gonna be able to like go in and change the names of this stuff.
Okay.
So let's start putting some folks out here. Barnabas, I like him there. And I mean, I'm gonna put out most of my squad, so I'm just gonna start kind of navigating a little bit of this here. We're gonna get Diana down there, and we'll put Stefan.
I'm not minding these graphics. One of the big problems that I see in these, hey, we tried to make a Fire Emblem game, is that you'll see just a lot of graphics that I don't think quite cut it. That was definitely something I felt with Dark Deity that came out last year. That while the combat animations look good, the character animations and character designs I thought looked nice. When you just were in that top-down map like this, I thought those maps looked pretty rough. And,
yes, I would agree with you on that for sure.
And this is definitely feeling a lot better. I mean, to be fair, there are even Fire Emblem games that I think look like shit in this kind of a screen. I do not like the GameCube and Wii Fire Emblem games in the way they look.
So really quick, if you click outside of anybody on your map, you get this this here. So I go to mission info. This is letting you know what the defeat is. There's also challenges on each one. It gives you a target for those objectives as well. So seize the Blackstone, or if I die, that's over. Or if anybody captures this base right here, we're in problems. And I'll also just point out, like anything that has like a red flag on it, or these little like caverns, you can seize and get those items. So like this is a stable that's going to give me more horses that I can use for like upgrading units. This is going to be, I think, iron. Yeah. So I can get more iron there. This here is just going to get me more faction and money. So cool shit like that. So we're going to begin the mission. And I'm going to show you how some of this stuff plays out, Chase. So first up, you're familiar with this. Like, hey, this is how far out you can go. We're gonna take out this archer right away with Diana.
Do you have an ability or a setting to show the threat ranges of the enemies around you?
Yep. So you can just click on them.
You can just click on people. Okay.
Yep. The other thing, upper right-hand corner, weather will impact certain things for characters that are more like artillery-based. So if it's raining, that's going to impact like some of the damage that you get from like weapons. Okay. But you see that like 5-point item there? The Nephilim is it's a race of angel and human, and everybody has these like big, awesome abilities that you can unlock and use in this phase of the battle. They're gonna start to charge up as you're playing the game, so you're gonna see that, and I'll try and show some of that off as we're playing here as well.
Okay, maybe something more like CO powers from Advanced Wars.
Yes. So I know that I need to get some shit over here. I know that I need to protect over here. So I want to be a little cautious on how I split people up here, but we're going to get in here and show you immediately what Diana can do.
You know, something I really like is in the top left corner there, it is showing you the coordinates of whatever tile you're on. That seems really smart when it comes to streaming a game, or if I were to backseat drive you, I could say, oh, Bobby, you need to be on 2514, and instead of just me going, hey, you should go near that red archer, and then having you go, I don't know which red archer you're talking about and where you want me to be on them. That's a cool touch. I like that.
Yep. So I'll move Diana down here. Oh, sorry, this is just all the stuff that you would have. Here's the powers that I have available right now.
Okay.
Anyway, let's move Diana down.
Yeah, let's see some combat animations.
And the other thing that you can choose is you can do a normal attack. You can try and force a surrender. Attempt to negotiate a surrender. If the attempt fails, enter combat and you lose your first turn. Target the leader if I wanted to take them out and boost on morale, which also like my evasion goes down. But because of Diana being here, we're going to target the leader.
Okay.
And you're going to see here that it's just not going to go well for them.
I like these animations.
Yeah, dude, this game fucking rules. It's so good.
Oh, God. That poor man.
I know.
He's like, you killed all my friends and left me alone.
Yep. It's pretty good, right? So then I'm going to focus on moving.
How can I help, my lord?
Man, these guys are going to be problematic. They're all assassins. Yeah, that's going to be a problem, them coming through here. So I want to make sure that I'm in a good spot to at least absorb some of that. Let's start to move down this way.
Do your units always attack twice?
Attack twice?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's always going to be an attack twice, even when you are on defense.
Okay, so nothing's based on speed exactly, but okay.
There are things that you can put on. There's artifacts you can get that would be like when on defense you attack first. So if I did have like a squishier kind of glass cannon group, I would want to make them attack first, and I've got one of those right here actually. That are this is just so much fun. Like they're one of my favorite ones to watch here. So we're going to do an aggressive attack with them because I feel like I can take everybody out really quick here. This is going to be awesome. So all my mages go at once and just fuck them up, and then we come behind.
Oh, God.
And then they'll all come through again and just wipe them out.
This is just a fucking slaughter, Bobby.
I know. I've built some pretty nasty units there. Also because these guys are all with them being more thieves and all that shit, like you get a little bit of money from when you kill people, because I've got 2 assassins and then I've got my Strider, which Stefan's a lot of fun, but then I've got an Ice Mage, a Lightning Mage, and a Fire Mage that all start that attack off, and then these guys just come and clean it up. They're a really good time. The problem though that I've got now is these guys can move in on them. As you can see, they've got the ability to get to them. So I need to put somebody down here that can maybe get in front of him, which I might not have.
I'm just getting started.
I'll put Sybil down there maybe. We'll be all right. It's just I can undo this. I'm not playing too seriously here. I'm gonna do an aggressive attack from a distance on that guy to try and trim him down a little bit.
Fucking cannon.
Yeah, that's one of the classes I've upgraded as well. That so it started off as just like a simple bowman and went all the way up to a cannon user.
Okay. And because that was a ranged attack and that guy didn't have a ranged thing to fire back at you, he just didn't get a counterattack. Okay.
Correct. So then I will come down here and just clean up that first one. And I'm not playing this as I'm a little bit more freewheeling right now with you.
Could you have done a forced surrender on that one? Wow, these guys have been pretty decimated. And what does the forced surrender do exactly?
It's just you basically avoid a fight there, and if there's anybody that you can capture from that, like usually it's like healers, you'll get bonus coin at the end of the mission for people that surrender to you.
Okay.
Which is
Like
helpful.
when people surrender, do you get those units too to then put in your own squads?
Not that I've seen that way. No.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna move Barnabas up here, and just to show you for the quick look sake, I'm gonna grab and just seize what that would look like. So objective, I've gotten that iron now, and that also usually gives a little boost to morale when you see that stuff come through. So we own that iron now. Let's move down here. I want to put just somebody to try and absorb from Stefan getting hit. And I'll do the same thing here with our buddy there.
You make this too easy.
I'm gonna move her down here. Try and create a little bit of a choke point with that.
You must not fail.
So when you put, if you're gonna put somebody next to somebody again, it showed a couple options there. It showed wait, but then it also said shuffle. Does that allow you to just like swap positions with them?
Yeah. So like let's move down here, and I will do that right there. So then if I shuffle, it just moves that person for the next turn.
Okay,
So then-
nice. I mean, it's as I feel bad just saying all the Fire Emblem things, but
Yeah.
Fire Emblem, like that's a skill that certain units have and certain don't. Is that
Yeah.
swap ability? So that's kind of neat to have this say, yeah, fuck it, you can swap whenever you want.
The other thing too is like you're gonna have like you can heal people also. So like I can be, and my character can revive people. So this is a pretty weak crew that I have here. You're gonna see that they're just fodder. I haven't built this one up as much as I should have because I don't really deploy them too much. 15 is kind of like the biggest.
Now you don't have them at all.
Yeah, they're gone. So
Are they
there's not
gone?
permadeath, just for this match.
Okay.
Same thing's gonna happen here. Like this dragon's gonna go away. He's by himself. I just didn't have enough to put out there. He'll do a little damage, but he's one that like I wanted to do like a full-on dragon squad and just have like these dragons just terrorizing out there. So I'm working on that as well. Dragons are pretty rare to come by, and we'll lose him here. Again, just showing shit off here.
Sure.
Not trying to be super strategic. But it also opens up the conversation on like permadeath in these games. And like that is something that like once you beat the game, you'll be able to unlock a version that has permadeath with it. If you wanted to play the game that way. I've never been a big fan of those types of games. I'd rather have some risk of like I don't have them for the rest of the match, which sucks.
Right.
Permadeath.
I think I really started enjoying Fire Emblem and thinking about it seriously as a series I liked when Awakening came out. When I was able to just turn off that permadeath. And I know that is not the purest Fire Emblem take, but it is how I like playing those games, especially when you had supports and the kid characters and things like that like I gotta keep these people alive so I can pair them off and get the offspring, and that was just, it was too much for me to think about doing that as like a permadeath run. I've played other Fire Emblem games that have had permadeath and dealt with the consequences or did the resets when I needed to, but I think this system is just a better system for how I like playing games.
Yeah, man, these assassins. You see what I'm saying? Like they melt you. Like those guys are, from an offensive level, especially, like they're very, very, very good. Just tough. Like so I try to get rid of them first because now they're gonna clean up with it, from a distance here.
Do your when your units have lower health, do they do less damage?
No, they just get targeted more. They become like
Okay.
they're just picking away at this unit because that's how the AI is on this.
Right,
I'm playing this on normal, by the way. I did not lower it down to like. There's a story mode if you just want to like casually play through this game as well. But
yeah,
I'm not a big stickler. Like I don't care too much. Like hey, I beat that game on the hardest difficulty. Like I've never been that type of guy.
Sure.
Like I'm not opposed to bumping things down to the easiest level either, just to enjoy a story. But
yeah,
this
but
is
there
more
is
of a
something to be
strat-
said. Like this is the quote unquote the way the developers meant it to be played.
Yes, yes,
and
absolutely.
there is something to see in that, I suppose.
So Chase, I gotta ask, like, Are you enjoying what you're seeing?
I am. I think, I've bought a lot of these Fire Emblem alikes in the past, and I won't say I've been completely disappointed every single time I've played one of them, but they have not replaced Fire Emblem for me.
Right.
And that's a tough hill to climb. I understand.
Yeah.
But this one seems like this developer has really thought things through.
Yeah.
Really come up with taken some really good parts of Fire Emblem and Advance Wars and other turn-based strategy games, while also bringing in some new and different things unique stuff that I'm pretty excited by too. I think this game seems real good.
Watch this.
Okay. Oh. Okay. Oh. Okay. All right. I'm gonna make a note for when I play this game. Get Beatrix on your team.
Yes. Beatrix fucking rules. And then Abigail.
I must be brave.
She's a named character. She's a really cool character. I've given her a really nasty squad as well. Watch this one.
She's a healer. What could she possibly do? Oh, right. The dragons.
Like, why would you even fight? If you saw this roll up to you, like, I would not even fight.
I think you just run at that point. These dragons have armor. Like,
yes, they do.
You're fucked, buddy.
Yeah, absolutely. You are in no good shape. So we're gonna move here. We're gonna attack. We're gonna do a normal attack. Barnabas is interesting. So I've got him. Just like the amount of movement that I get from this squad is pretty remarkable.
Sure.
What I really like about him is I can get in and get out of situations. So let me show you here. Once this part's done, I then have the option immediately after fighting.
Yeah, he's got, in Fire Emblem they call this Canto.
Okay. So I can move him away from there, no problem at all.
Mm-hmm.
What was another one I was going to show? Let's do one more with Diana here. Oh, actually, I'll use my character. You haven't seen him fight too much.
Okay, let me ask you this question while people are going around here. You talk about squads. I've seen your squads here. This squad here is a mixed squad of people on foot and people with horses. How does that change the way movement works? You mentioned that
big time.
Big last guy. Sorry, what?
Big time. It changes it big.
Like the last guy, that was a completely mounted unit, and it had a big movement range. Does it average out the movement range for all the characters in there, or does it go by, hey, you have a couple of horses on this squad, but you also have this big slow guy, and you're only as fast as your slowest guy? How does it make that work?
Yeah. Let's see here. Where's the best way I can explain it? So squad unit composition determines squad type, which also affects the movement and combat.
Okay.
So when you're out here organizing a squad, let's say that hang on, let me get into it here. So if I go to Barnabas
when it's saying
here,
squad type,
you can see the move pattern there. So
okay.
they're light cavalry,
uh-huh.
where this is infantry, so they can move 6.
Okay.
And you can see flying has the same as a light cavalry. And one of the things that you'll notice based off of look at the background.
Yeah.
Like,
okay, so that unit, when you that one, so that does have, sorry, back one. Yeah, so that has 2 light cavalry units in it, but it has 1 archer, and it's still giving you the movement of that. Okay, that's interesting.
The other thing that you can do here, we haven't looked at the tech tree too much. So on here, you'll notice like all conscripts start with +1 level with half class mastery of their starting class. But then I can come over here. I unlocked It's now easier for your cavalry squads to achieve a charge attack. Instead of requiring having moved 7 tiles before attacking, they now can move 6 tiles to get the same effect. This here, there's other things that you can do that will... All archery classes are now of the light unit type, a massive advantage to mobility and ambushes. So I've unlocked that, which then changes...
Useful.
Yeah, it's like you can get really creative with how some of this stuff works. That Dragon Bond unlocks the Dragon Rider class, the ultimate unit type, allowing us to control Dragon Flight ability to take to the skies. So like that changes stuff up. There's other pieces here. Again, Dragoons are now considered light cavalry, which is awesome because those guys, and beforehand, if I come back to Barnabas there, I've got 2 Dragoons there on either side, and they are the first attack, and they go right through armor. But before that, like they were like a heavier unit type because they're gunners, and they didn't count against. So like now this whole unit is a light cavalry attack, which I can move them all over like you saw.
Okay.
And the other thing that I've got on there, I've got some artifacts because of their ability to move. I put Kesh's toolkit, so this allows me to go up to walls where there would be archers, and I can actually attack them one-on-one like they were on the ground level now.
Oh, okay. That's
so
cool.
I can move Barnabas up to the wall, take out the archer because he has the most range, and then get him the fuck out of there afterwards. And so
that makes some sense. That's okay, man. This is dense.
And you love it because you can tinker with everything, don't you?
I do. I do enjoy tinkering. Yes.
So anyway, these other artifacts. So like, I can go in here and use an item as I was showing earlier, and there's different ones that you can buy or pick up. So if I come in here, like this is going to increase my magic. And if I wanted to upgrade, so like if I come back out and I go to change class, here, for example, I have a Hospitaller. I can come into this and I can make them a Valkyrie, or I could go to a Templar. And you're going to notice here are the requirements. So they need to be of 25 strength, which I am. And they need to be able to have one of those holy orbs or whatever they're called, which I have 10 of. And they need iron. So I've got all the things up there if I wanted to do that. Let's say that like they didn't have that. Like what's missing from the paladin? Okay, if I wanted to make them a paladin, they need to be at strength 30. Well, then I could back out of this, go to use item, go to that character.
Patch up there. Yeah, okay.
And see if I could find something here that would give them higher strength to get them if I really wanted to. The other thing is these are traits, and I have not been like diving too deep into this yet, but like certain things that would happen, like deal 20% more damage and take 20% less damage if covering the squad leader. So really, let's do this because this would make a lot of sense. So if I go back here and I use bodyguard on him, whoops, I'm gonna go on here really quick and do that. And I'm going to put that on him. He's going to gain damage, decrease in output because he's in front of my guy. And now he has that trait that I put on there to him.
Okay.
This game's really cool.
Yeah, it seems pretty good. Last question from me. Do you have the ability to just grind some levels or play some repeatable missions, or is everything a story mission that moves
they are adding? They just put out a really big patch note. So they've got a short-term roadmap and they've got a long-term roadmap. And on the short term, they're going to let you do replayable missions. I have not done any of these yet, but I've been acquiring these for arenas. And these are, I think, like a challenge arena that lets you go in and get items and skills to like grind up there.
Okay.
So I have those. The other thing that from a replayability, like I can go into the archives and I can show you like these in between moments of like talking with folks and what that's looked like when you've had bonds form or friendships form or things like that. So you can always go back and learn a little bit more of the story if you wanted to, and you can see how the relationships are. So I actually have a romantic bond with Diana.
You like the big lady.
I like the big lady. Beatrix, Abigail, like you can see how everybody's connected here. Some are family, brother, sister. Like I think Jules and Abigail are brother and sister.
Okay.
So really cool shit, man. Like I really like this game a whole lot, and it's taken me by surprise. I did not anticipate to like this game as much as I have, and I think everybody should play this game.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. So it's currently it's on Steam, but it's only on PC, Windows PC. So at the moment, I have no way of playing it, but I hear that might be changing pretty soon. And with that, I think I'll be picking this up.
I've played maybe 20 or 19 hours of like the 21, 22 hours I've played of this on my Steam Deck, and it works fantastic on there. It's
good.
honestly
Good to know.
that's the area that I prefer to play it. It's fine on PC, but it just feels at home, if that makes sense. Like I think people who are in the know will understand that. Like it just feels like a good handheld game.
Yeah, I mean that's one of the things I like about the 3DS and GBA Fire Emblem games is like these are kind of meant to just like, having it on a smaller screen isn't that big of a deal, and having something easily I love turn-based games for mobile gaming. It's really nice if you're like on a bus or in a car with somebody, not driving the car, but if somebody needs your attention for whatever reason, you can just look up, not worry that you're gonna die on the bottom screen or whatever, and have a conversation and then get back to what you're doing. So yeah, I think a game like this on a Steam Deck seems like a pretty darn solid match.
Yeah, man. So this has been Symphony of War, the Nephilim Saga. They've said that they're going to be adding a few more games into the series down the line, which I can't wait for more of it. We play games like this Monday and Friday on twitch.tv/casual hour. We talk about games like this on our podcast, The Casual Hour, every Wednesday at 10:30 p.m. Central on Twitch. And if you're into listening to podcasts, which makes sense, you can do so every Friday morning wherever you listen to podcasts. Chase, I'm thrilled that you are at least more curious about this game. It's certainly a very special one for me this year, and thank you so much for hanging out today to check it out. I've had a lot of fun showing it to you.
Yeah, thanks for showing it to me.